No reported income for the last 5 years, and the only claim to fame you got, as far as I could find, was finishing second place in the International Rope Skipping Championship in Boulder, Colorado in 1984. Quite an accomplishment. What was your speciality? Double Dutch?
Fuck this guy.
T, I can handle this, dog.
You darn nuts-looking bitch! Fuck, I know you didn't just step to me,
what
dog.
What are you doing, man?
That skipping shit cut me deep, dog.
Suck on this, Blondie!
Fuck my eyes, man!
Get him out of here.
High panted bitch!
I am gonna be watching you.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna prove you wrong, big guy. Because I can play this game a lot better than you.
Really?
Yeah, really. You got something to say?
No, it's just admiring your pants, officer.
Right.
Let's go.
Good evening, YouTube. A lot of people have been mentioning Jordan Peterson. So much so that I went and checked him out, saw some of the things he said. Actually, I've listened to him a lot. And it's taken me a while to make a video about this because it's hard to sort out my feelings. I'm experiencing something new, something that I never really expect to experience. And I believe it's called admiration. With a lot of these topics, you know, with the social justice, with politics, with like Antifa, like all of these world events, what I see is people cluelessly chattering like monkeys, just repeating things, like staying within a framework, not really thinking about stuff. And then I see Jordan Peterson, and I'm like, this guy gets it. Like, this guy understands. Not only does he understand, like, not only is there another human being on this earth who understands, but he even understands it a little better than I do. And, well, I mean, some complex feelings associated with that. I mean, on the one hand, it's good, you know? I feel like I'm less alone in the world. Like, there is another cognizant individual in existence. That's nice, that's good. It gives me hope for the world right there. But there's also this feeling like, oh my god, I have squandered my potential. That is a crushing psychological blow. You know, I'm gonna have to dig into my secret stash of inspirational messages to deal with this one. Don't be a pussy. Pussy. Fantastic. Inspiration achieved. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking. You're probably thinking, Ray, are you kidding me? Are you just now realize that you're squandering your potential? Like, Like, any fool can see you're squandering your potential, Ray. You're literally the only one who didn't know that if you didn't know that. You're just now figuring that out, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, fair. I understand where you're coming from. But it's like potential for what? You know, most of the things that people care to achieve, like, I'm not interested. Like, there aren't people who have my specific set of passions or ability to look at things. Right? There's nobody who has taken how I am and really made something of it. You know, done something worthwhile, something meaningful. And then I see somebody doing that, I'm like, wow. I can't even. In a way, I feel like it almost makes my participation in this whole thing somewhat superfluous. I mean, if, like, people ask me questions about stuff, I almost feel like saying, you know what? You should go to Jordan Peterson. Like, he can explain it better than I can. But, I don't know, that's just... But, you know, I don't want to just give up. I don't like to repeat things. Like, this world is so full of people saying things and other people repeating them. So, if I just say things, you know, Jordan Peterson is saying things like, why should I do it? Like, there's already somebody taking care of that. Don't know what to do about it. I mean, I guess in a way I should think of it like this. Okay, he's just one guy. I mean, he might be better at it. He might be a more efficient and effective version of me and the way I look at things, but, you know, he's still just one guy. Like, and you know, some people, they only listen to things that the guy with gigantic teeth says to them, so I mean, I gotta keep that in mind. I mean, that's really what I think about Jordan Peterson. He's a beacon of hope. He's everything I aspire to be. He's a Cadillac of men is what he is. Just my humble opinion on that. Well, I mean, my feelings aside, because my feelings really don't matter that much, don't have a whole lot more to say about the Jordan Peterson social justice thing. I think he picked a really good place to put his foot down, though. Like, the government forcing people to use ridiculous made-up pronouns. I mean, it's a really good place to put your foot down. I mean, pronouns, like, so silly. Pronouns are generic by their nature. It's like, look at that, look at this, over there, so on. People want to make them highly specific in ways that don't actually help anything. Like just trying to force you to say the pronouns, like, just to assert their dominance, like, you're our bitch, say our words or we'll fire you. And he's like, no. It's nice that somebody in academia has the guts to stand up to nonsense, and is intelligent enough to stand up to nonsense in a really good place in a definite and concrete way. It's nice. It'd be great if other people in academia had guts like that. I mean, I'd do it, of course, but, you know, I can stand up on the matter all I want. I have nothing to lose. Anything else? You know, I was on Twitter some time ago, and there was a gay guy just admonishing other gay guys. Like, you know, you saying that you don't like twinks, that is so bigoted. Like, you are against the gay cause. Like, that is just, like, wrong. So I was saying to him, you know, as a gay man, I would think that you would understand you shouldn't tell people what their sexual preferences should be. And of course, like, oh no, it's totally different when I do it. I mean, that's totally different. And I'm like, really? Doesn't seem like it. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. You know, sometimes I'll be talking to a girl and she'll just mention, I only date black guys. She probably brings it up because, I don't know, she probably doesn't actually date black guys. I'm probably just creeping her out, or maybe I smell bad and she's just trying to make sure that I don't hit on her. Who knows? That's probably it. But let's say that she's being totally sincere. In which case, I'm like, well, that's good news. You know, I'm glad you told me. Now I know, you know, if I was going to put the moves on you, that I shouldn't waste my time. Of course, I wasn't going to. I mean, don't flatter yourself. But if I was, good to know. Because now I won't waste my time with that. Because also I'm thinking, like, a girl says, I only date black guys, she probably likes big dicks. In which case, like, if I was to convince her to go out with me, I mean, she'd be pretty disappointed, and I would be sad in my feelings, so it's a good thing she said that up front. You know, it's remarkably entitled to think that anybody owes you their sexual attention. But this is how this sort of thing goes. Gotta get up early tomorrow. Really early. I've been working nights lately, but one of the other busboys quit. I gotta get up early, work a full day. But I don't really get to sleep at this time of night. It's gonna be a hard day tomorrow. Maybe I should just lull myself to sleep. You know, lull you guys to sleep too with my random thoughts. One thing about Jordan Peterson, I'll say that you shouldn't necessarily take everything he says as gospel, because he is a psychotherapist, and a lot of his practice is people who can afford psychotherapy, the typical problems of people who can afford psychotherapy. I mean, he says that there is a great joy and great meaning in finding that intimate partner and raising a family, and I'm sure that's true, but it might not realistically be feasible in this world we live in. I mean, sure, you can find a woman to marry or have kids, but everything's so unstable, then, I mean, you gotta really make sure that that woman's not gonna leave you and break up the family, introduce you all sorts of heartache. Man, there's nothing that puts me to sleep like hearing myself talk. Anything going on Twitter? I haven't been on Twitter in a long time. Everybody's like, oh my god, you're alive every time I tweet. I'm like, yeah, I'm unkillable, come on, of course I'm alive. I know people roll their eyes when I say I'm unkillable, but until something kills me, I'm not even going to believe that stuff can kill me. I mean, that may sound crazy, but like when stuff consistently doesn't kill you, you may as well just conclude that you're unkillable, just go through life. And then when something finally does kill you, sure, you'll be wrong, but you won't know it because you'll be dead. Why does realistic always mean chubby? I get popular retweets in my notifications, which I suppose is good because my mentions would be empty otherwise because I don't tweet. Why does realistic always mean chubby? Why are thin, muscular people implied as being unrealistic? All these bodies are real. Frig off. Whoa. Ugh. I feel like I should show what I just saw. It made me go, ugh. Like this. that bigoted that I had that reaction? Man, breastfeeding a baby. Oh, God. Oh, I know something to talk about. One of my favorite YouTube channels lately, I've actually seen every video by this guy, is this guy named Isaac Arthur. And what he does is he talks about futuristic technology, like ways that human beings can colonize the universe, or ways we might go forward in the future. Things like Dyson swarms, using laser-powered solar sails to colonize other stars, like how humans could colonize the galaxy. And the really interesting thing is that he doesn't invoke any futuristic sci-fi technology. He just crunches the numbers with current technology or plausible technology that's going to be in the near future, like helium-3 fusion. And there's no definite guarantee that we're going to do that. Although helium-3 fusion would be better than regular fusion because it doesn't produce neutrons eating away at your reactor walls, you know, irradiating everybody and killing them. It's fascinating. Like, I've listened to all of them. The thing, oh, and like cities that span an entire globe, or colleges, interesting things. And whenever he's talking about it, it just makes me think about the Fermi paradox. And one thing I've thought about the Fermi paradox is people present it like the universe is really old. We should see some alien civilization by now. And what I used to think was, well, yes, the universe is 13.8 billion years old. But life probably was only able to arise recently, because first there was the first stars, which were entirely made of hydrogen. Okay, no planets, no water, no shit like that. Then another generation of stars, okay, those are infused with some heavier elements, but still it's mostly just pure hydrogen. So you gotta get to your third generation of stars. So we might just be living in the first time life can arise, but still, the first time that life can arise and become technological, still, somebody'd only have to beat us to it by a couple 100 million years, and that's roughly the same time as now, on a universe timescale. So where are all the aliens? I really think about that. And I think about that every time I see things that make it look like the human race isn't going to make it. And all of these things about Dyson swarms, and planet-spanning cities, and colonizing the galaxy.